Good afternoon, students. Welcome back. So today's process is going to be about the Greek windmill. So excited to bring this to you. And so we're going to be working through the process of drawing across the page multiple Greek windmills as if they are from the Mykonos Islands, which is part of Greece. So welcome. What you're going to need is a piece of paper, a pencil, a Sharpie, and something to color with. It can be colored pencils, it can be markers, it can be crayons, whatever you have. So thanks for joining me, and here we go. Okay, so I've got my paper in this position here, and I'm going to start off with this line that kind of travels across, divides my paper. Now this paper is much longer. We're going to be doing it on regular size paper today because we don't have the long paper with us. So I'm going to actually kind of start and figure out where is the middle of my paper. And then I'm going to place two lines here and kind of come back and make my first bases. And then I can make my next base and my next base. So it's really important that you know that you can stop the video at any point, catch up. If you need to, spend a little extra time. So down below here, there's many seawalls in the Greek islands. And you could do your base as if it were rock, or you can just do it as if it were green. Doesn't matter. Okay. So, in the middle of our windmill, we're going to go up. So, if you can see, I've got a curve here that is not wider than my base. And then my lines come down at an angle. So, it looks something like this. Curve and down. Not coming all the way out. Curve and down. Curve, and it's a gentle curve, and down, and curve, and down. Give you a minute to catch up on that. Okay, so now I'm going to put a circle here in the middle. And then I'm going to double this line up across. It's kind of cute. It almost looks like we're making like little hats on a person or something like that. Just like that. And then the top kind of comes up and over. It's very gentle. Just like that. Okay, super. Now all of them would have little doors, and when we draw a little door, that's what gives us perspective. It's telling the viewer, and you don't have to put them in the same place, hey, guess what? That is a little door. That windmill is super big. And then we can put a window in there. Again, you don't have to put it all in the same spot. And then we're going to go ahead and start to build these lines. So I am going to build one that comes right through here. Okay. Now the trick is getting it to be the same on top as it is on bottom. So I don't have a ruler at home, so I'm going to just kind of measure. Okay, so it's right about there, and then measure. Oh, I got to bring that line down just a little bit further there. Okay, and then I'm going to come out here and out here. So my line is just about to right there, and that's how I can measure it. That one's a little bit longer. It's okay. So I've got the plus sign, and then now I'm going to put the X through there. Okay, then I'm going to move to the next one. So mine are pretty close together, so I'm just going to go down below here a little bit. Up, down. Okay. Okay, so 2 options I'm going to give you. The first option is you can just leave it like this, or you can thicken up each one of these. And if you're thickening them up, then they're coming to a wider outside, and you're going to color them in. So you start that process. And if you got an overlap, it's okay. So they're thin they're tiny at the base here, and they get larger as you're going around. Or you are welcome to, like I said, just keep it as the line. Okay, so these are going to go around, but the line is not round, okay? So I want to very specifically tell you, the line is straight. So when you connect it, you're going to connect it with a straight line, not at the top, but right about there, here, 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 and back in. Make sure you're meeting that line, okay? So I'm going to move on over. I'm going to do the next one. I had to see where it was. Sometimes it gets kind of tricky on your eyes. Okay, and then I'm going to connect again here, and here, and here, here, and here, and here, and there. Okay, so now I'm going to the next one. Now it does help if you do it the same way every time on each one of these. So I'm dropping down and putting it on the bottom. That way you're maintaining the same distance apart that you had when you began the process. Okay, and then I'm going to connect this. Straight lines again, not curved, even though it's round. Might bring this down just a little bit more. Like that. So these were originally used for grinding the wheat that they harvested on the islands. And since then, they've kind of become like this icon that you just know when you see these kind of these kind of windmills, that they are the Greek ones. I'm gonna go a little higher there. Okay. Straight line, 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 straight line. There you go. Okay, let's talk about the ocean and the sky. You've got to use 2 different colors. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my ocean horizon line across the back. Okay? And let's see, I think that I'm going to kind of color this down here in as a solid black. So now would be a good time if you're drawing in pencil to stop the video and go ahead and go over it with Sharpie. Okay. If you haven't already started. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about details. So these are kind of far off. So one of the ways that you can kind of show like that they're made of like bricks is if you just kind of give them a small amount of detail in there. Like you're seeing some of the bricks, but not all of them. Now, these windmills are white, okay? This is a little different windmill that I have down here, just to kind of show you. This one is more made of brick, okay? But not the four famous windmills that we see here. Okay, so when we color sky, we can use different colors like purple or with our blue to kind of mix together to get colors that we might want. So again, sky flows across the page. So I'm going to start by building in some of my blues here. Now, really super important. Guess what? This is all blue in here. Not the top here, but around it. All of that is blue. Because you actually see through it. So if it helps you before you start, you might want to take a brown and color the top of these brown so that you remember that they're kind of thatched, they're kind of made out of the wheat. Okay, and then if I want it to be darker, you know, I can go in and add some darker purplish sky in there. If you want to do it sunset, you can do it sunset, whichever you prefer. The trick is the ocean, because the ocean has to be a different color blue than you might have in the sky. So today I'm going to kind of use this aqua color here. It's pretty green, so I might shift to put just a little bit of blue in there. And then you can choose, like I said, either to make the rock down below or to do like a green grass area, whichever you prefer, down below. And if you feel like this area is too large down here, you could always cut the paper off to make it a little bit more interesting. I always say every time you change the paper, it makes things kind of cool. Okay, so there you go. There are your Greek windmills. And thank you for joining me today. I hope that you are having a good time at home learning. I hope that you are challenged by this fun project, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Thanks so much.